This is Josh Widdicombe on XFM, and as always, until the end of the show, I'm joined by Acaster, James Acaster. I was overly familiar.
It's come to that.
It's come to that. Yeah. James Acaster, Jim Acaster.
All the listeners are on second name terms, I mean.
Hello.
Hello, Josh.
How are you?
Pretty good, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Pretty good, man. You've got the world's biggest tea.
I have. Obviously, you can't really appreciate it because it's radio, but it is the size of a small plant pot.
Yeah, no, I know, and it's sponsored by someone, which we're not going to talk. Nah. But you feeling okay?
You made it sound like it sounded like sponsored by something really awful, horrific.
Well, good. How are you this week?
Yeah, good, thanks, man. Are you all right? I never ask you.
No, suddenly the hunter has become the hunted.
How do you like that?
Prey.
Talk about your emotions live on the air.
I'm good, actually. Yeah. I'm feeling a bit down.
Oh. Sorry to hear that, man. Well, if you need someone to talk to.
Yeah, this isn't the time or the place, it's the person. Well, good, I'm glad. This week, James, any standout events?
I had, my friend had me over yesterday daytime for Pancake Day. We had a Pancake Day because
you missed the
we missed the actual one, so we thought we'll do it later on in the year.
How was it? What do you have?
Oh, it's brilliant. The best one was, it's the ingredients that I bought, so maybe I'm biased. Anytime I go to stuff like this, where you got to bring your own food along and everyone brings stuff, my favourite thing is always
the one you bought.
Was the best. But we had marshmallows and salted caramel.
Oh yeah, that is good. Wow. Good. Well, very exciting week.
Thanks, man.
Well, I mean, this is generally a more kind of high energy comedy show, but for a moment we've got into a kind of...
If you don't get high energy from hearing about salted caramel, then I pity you.
Or eating it.
There are people listening who probably haven't tried salted caramel. It's changed their lives, mate.
It's really taken off, salted caramel. The things that have taken off recently are salted caramel and those green olives with stones, as opposed to the marinated olives that you can't avoid if you go into Pizza Express.
Yeah. So not at the same time. Don't combine the salted caramel olive.
What we've proved in this link, don't talk about food.
It's great to talk about it. I had a correct one. I had a correct once that had salted caramel in, and it was I said salted caramel. It was Malibu, banana, and coconut, and they called it a Babana Marley.
You know how to live, don't you?
Yeah, I eat Babana Marleys all the time.
Yeah, well, good. I'm glad we're not talking about that this week. Sadly,
the texting isn't Babana Marleys.
when and where have you eaten a Babana Marley?
The weirdest place you've eaten a Babana Marley.
Where were you?
Tweeting.
Where were you?
I was in the Alps.
Well, you've set the bar high on that tweeting.
Beat that, listeners. A mountain.
That's not what we're talking about, sadly. That we'll have to save that for next week. If you have got a place you've eaten a Babana Marley, then you know, don't tweet. Do tweet in.
Of course, tweet in.
Tweet in. All right. Okay, you've come in very cocky. At XFM or text us on 83936. What we're actually talking about is things that you desperately wanted as a child, but your parents wouldn't allow you. And I'm sure, James, that you've got... Babana Marley would be number one for you.
Day and night I was screaming for Babana Marley.
Josh Widdicombe Podcast. XFM.
We're talking all morning about the things your parents wouldn't allow you to have that you desperately wanted.
Yeah.
And I presumed... I've met your parents, and they didn't rule with an iron fist, from what I can tell.
Well, they're very nice to you. They love you.
Yeah. They let me have whatever I want. Yeah. So what? How are they with you?
Well, there's one standout thing, and this probably won't surprise you what it is. But it was the album Spice by the Spice Girls.
Their first album?
It's the first album, the debut, classic.
Yeah. The best one.
Yeah, they went downhill afterwards. I wanted it so much. I loved the Spice. I was a member of the Spice Girls fan club.
Were you?
Yeah.
Amazing.
11 years old.
That. What does that involve?
You obviously write in, send your address and stuff, and then they send you a membership card and things and a lot of pamphlets about girl power. And
I think it's the same with joining the Black Panthers.
Yeah. It's actually the same admin team. But
occasionally they're getting mixed up.
Yeah, you go, well, better start doing this. But Also, what was if you were able to access this Spice Girls fan club database now, you wouldn't find me on there because they misspelt my name.
Yes, of course they did.
So on my Spice Girls fan club card, it's
Jane Acaster. They assumed you couldn't be a boy.
oh, nearly. James Austin.
James Austin.
So they tried to make me sound like Jane Austen, a bit more. It's like if as soon as you join, you get like a strong female role model name. The debut album was coming out. I was excited, and I'd asked for it for Christmas. And it was all I talked about throughout November, just going on about I'm going to get Spice.
Yeah.
Please tell me I'm going to get Spice.
They didn't misinterpret and give you some capsicum.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lovely rack, but
there's a joke there that I'm not going to make about the Spice Girls and a lovely rack.
Sometimes I throw those in just to bait you, mate. But if you did make that kind of joke, that's not respecting girl power. And I for one, am offended. I'd expect a lot of other people to be.
I didn't make the joke.
The implication was there, mate. It's not what you said, it's the way you said it. But my dad left it until we went on a family swimming trip to the Kempton swimming
He just
bath.
left you in the swimming pool.
Yeah, just drive. We haven't got in Spice. We're at the swimming pool.
Can I just say, it's not like it would be difficult to get a hold of.
Well, here's the thing. I wasn't the only one in the family who wanted this album.
Oh.
My sister also wanted Spice quite badly.
Your dad wanted it.
My dad wanted it for himself. Understandable. David Acaster always loving listening to Spice. But we were at the swimming pool, and he said to me and my sister, look, so I tell you now, I don't want any incidents on Christmas Day. We decided we bought Spice for Ruth, the Spice Girls album.
Which Sophie's choice.
Yeah.
He's chosen your sister.
And we were kind of like, I remember I was treading water at the time. Not metaphorically. not in life in general. This is a bad time to tell me. Just tip me over the edge.
Your grades had plateaued.
I was hanging out with the wrong crowd. And so my response.
You were treading water at the time. Was your response just to sink?
Well, my response was to swim over to the shallow end, stand up, look at my dad, maintaining eye contact at the shallow end, and just sit down under the water in an attempt to drown myself.
Did it succeed?
No, there came a point where I was like, you know what? I could probably just borrow the album off Ruth when she gets it. She'll probably lend it to me. She's a good sister.
So what did you get?
I got Definitely Maybe by Oasis, which I think everyone would agree was actually I was the winner there.
Well, David Acaster played a strong hand, though. He actually helped you in many ways.
I'll never doubt him again.
And this, as we've already we joked about off air, is a song. This is James Laid, and if you can't make a joke about that, then girl power didn't work out for you.
Josh Widdicombe. Podcast. XFM.
Have you got any texts in, James?
I've got a few tweets. This is my favourite one. Is from Sausage Monkey 78. Yeah, I love it when there's numbers at the end. It implies that 77 people already have the name Sausage Monkey. It says, I wanted to go to a convent school so I could wear a hat. Less is more sometimes. But
that paints a better picture than you could ever do with words.
Yeah. I wanted to go to a convent school on the off chance that one of the teachers would be a showgirl from Vegas on the run from some gangsters and possibly undercover and join the choir.
Does it say if they got to go to the... No.
It doesn't say if you got... I mean, Sausage Monkey, if you're listening, 78, not one of the other Sausage Monkeys on Twitter. Please tweet in and let us know if you got to... go to convent school, or even wear it. I mean,
you can wear a hat outside of the context.
That's what I imagine. That's what their parents would have.
That would have been
Here's the deal: you can wear the hat, but you're going to the school that is closest to our house.
Keep them coming in. Tweet at XFM or text us on 83936.
Josh Widdicombe. XFM.
And we now come to the point in the show where James Acaster is still here.
Hello, Josh.
Treats us to what have become known as his classic scrapes, a story from the archives of him getting into a scrape. Or, from the present, is it an archive scrape or a...
It is an archive scrape, it's...
You're delving through the archives recently.
Yeah, well, I've had quite a nice time of things of late. My life in general's been alright. I overheard someone telling a friend about a scrape on the way here.
Oh yeah,
on the tube. But they went on about it too much. She kept on going, "Oh, that time we got stuck in that lift." And I just kept on bringing
You
it up.
wanted to lean across and go, do you know who I am?
Yeah, excuse me, do you not want to bring up getting stuck in the lift stories around me? Because that is... I'll show you a scrape, love.
I've got some podcasts to prove it.
Yeah.
I'm the scrape master.
I've had an awful life, so I don't want to hear about you getting stuck in the lift.
So what is your scrape this week, James?
I think this is the first overseas scrape.
Oh!
This is when I was on a holiday.
Transcontinental scrapes?
Yeah, I went to America. I went to San Francisco on my own.
And there is the scrape.
Yeah. Well, I was staying in a hostel.
Yeah.
Which I've never done before, because my friend who I was meant to be staying with basically changed her mind. I was about to leave England and she went, actually, you're not... I don't think we're allowed... Because she was at university, I don't think we're allowed people. I stayed at this hostel, and so I had to share a room with a bunch of strangers, and I was a bit kind of wary of my stuff. But, we didn't have lockers or whatever. And I'd booked to go to visit Alcatraz.
Classic.
On the final day.
Of course you have.
You know, everyone recommended it to me.
Yeah,
I was very excited about it. And
when they said you should go to Alcatraz, I don't think they were recommending it to you.
It's just awful things that I was doing.
Yeah.
Mate, you deserve to go to Alcatraz. I'm not even joking.
You know where you should be, mate? Alcatraz.
Oh, cool, brilliant. Well, what are the opening hours? No, you're not understanding me. Get out of my shop. But I was on... If you don't know Alcatraz, it's on a little island. And you have to get there by boat. And I was on the boat.
It's a prison.
Oh yeah. Also, it used to be a prison. Hence, if you didn't know that little bit of banter between me and Josh probably made no sense. Why would someone send you to Alcatraz if you're in their shop? It sounds ridiculous. It's a bigger shop. If we haven't got those things here, have you tried Alcatraz? They have a wonderful selection of hot chocolates. But I was on the boat on the way to visit. It's like the biggest maximum security prison, like.
Yeah,
from whenever it's now open to the public. You can do guided tours and stuff. It's fantastic. And I was on the ferry on the way there, and thought I might buy something from the gift shop when I'm there. Have a look at my wallet, see how much money I've got. I looked at my wallet and realised that all my credit cards had been stolen.
Oh,
which the worst time to figure that out is when you're on a boat, because you can't do it. You're not. You can't just run to the. And also. Pangs of irony when you've had someone has stolen your credit cards and you're the one being shipped to a maximum security prison. But I was really panicky, and I was like running around the ferry,
running around the boat,
probably running around looking over the side, trying to see how close we were to Alcatraz. Which everyone else just thought he is really looking forward to Alcatraz. he can't wait to get to Alcatraz. I mean, we're all excited, mate, but the ferry can only move so fast. But as soon as the ferry arrived at Alcatraz, I ran to there's a help desk, and I ran there and I said, "You got to help me. My credit cards have been stolen." And this lady looked at me like I was like this British tourist believed that if you get mugged in San Francisco, the first thing you've got to do is report directly to Alcatraz. And or even like, for what she knew, I could have been mugged in London. Got straight on a plane. I'm taking this to Alcatraz. But I had to explain to her, look, I need to. My phone doesn't work over here. I need to use your phone so I can cancel my credit cards. And she went, no, this phone is for staff use only, and you can't use it. Which, like, for one, I've just arrived at a prison, so I should get a phone call.
Hey!
But I said to her, I need to cancel my cards. You can, and it was good back and forth. I was angry that she was like aiding a criminal. I said at many a point, you're aiding the escape of a criminal. And what would the people of Alcatraz think about this?
Yeah.
And eventually, I argued for so long that the ferry went back to the mainland. So, and like. What they've cleverly done with Alcatraz is made it very difficult to leave the island without the use of a ferry, and I think that was the point almost. So I had to wait another 45 minutes for this ferry to come back, so I was just helpless.
Yeah.
And so in the meantime, took the audio tour, which
you didn't enjoy.
You don't enjoy it at all because
you're
you're so angry at criminals and just any sort of like wrongs that you're just walking around really kind of like just fuming and listening to the whole thing is narrated by like guards who used to work there and prisoners who used to be there. So like I was just there every time a prisoner was going about how tough it was. I was so happy. I was the only person walking around going, yeah, that's right, and like
throw away the key.
They've gone on about murderers and people like I was
you were waiting for them to get to credit card crime. The section.
Hurry up and talk about the people who steal credit cards. Where were they kept? Hopefully the worst room of them all.
So, did you get your cards back?
Well, what happened is, eventually I got on the ferry, went back to the hostel to use the phone at the hostel, by which point I'd narrowed down. I'd also thought someone in my room may have stolen it, and I knew exactly who I thought it was.
Oh, yeah, of course,
because he had been, mainly just because he was the only one who had annoyed me the whole time I was been there, because he had brought a girl back and done it in the bunk above me a couple of days before, and I don't know if you ever tried to sleep with that kind of happenings going on. It's shaking the bed. It's horrible. But and they knew I was there, and the thing is, it wasn't his bunk. That was the really annoying thing. He relocated just to anyway. I got back and I was like, it's probably him. But I went. I had to use the payphone at the hostel, so I went up to get. I had some spare money in my bag that I'd left.
Can't see where this is going.
Opened it, and obviously all my credit cards were just in my bag, had fallen out in the bag I'd left in the hospital, and I had cut my trip to Alcatraz short. Because
that's quite a bleak end.
Had been stolen.
At least you got them back, James.
I got them back, and I went out and spent it all on Babana Marlies.